I have a quick question, and then this is coming off of my story and like what keywords and stuff to use. Is anybody looking for fall of civilization fiction as opposed to post-apocalyptic? Because like my story doesn't really. There's no cataclysm. There's no nuclear war. There's no pandemic. None of that stuff. It's a breakdown of infrastructure that caused the disunion. It's called, and so it's a little bit different from Last of Us. That's all about zombies. I do use the word zombies for the tainted, but they're not undead. More about that later, but are people interested in a setting that's more about the infrastructure broke down, and people were on their own? People really had to delve into the prepping and and kind of try to hang on to the knowledge that we have now, but still survive. That's something I very much had in my world building. The story is set about 100 years from now, assuming that the infrastructure broke down about now. If the corporations and the government stopped doing what they're supposed to do, what would happen? When people were kind of on their own and pulled themselves together, And my question is would you find that interesting? Would you, search for the term? Is anybody writing that in their story? That it's less about a cataclysmic event and more like just overall things kind of broke down? Because there's a lot of that theory kind of going around in the world. There's a lot of people talking about prepping and off-grid and homesteading. And, and I think that people like that who are into that stuff might be interested in my story. So I'm curious, like, is that something that I should include in my talking about my book as I'm on social media? I would love to hear your opinion. So let me know. I will be talking about my book a lot in the next few weeks because I'm going to be releasing it soon on Substack as serial episodes. So hope to see you in the future.